Hey gang, DVD Collector back in the movie room, and you are on Horrorscope, also known as James, not just DVD Collector. And this week is Stephen King week, so I'm going to start the week off. My spot is the Monday spot, and we're going to start off with John Carpenter's Christine. I had not watched this in a long time. This, of course, is directed by John Carpenter, starring Keith Gordon, John Stockwell, and Harry Dean Stanton, and Christine, the 1958 Plymouth Fury. It's been a really long time since I read the book, Christine. I'm talking 10, maybe 15 years ago. Maybe longer than that. I think might have been in high school. Might be more like 20, 22 years ago, something like that. Anyway, I remember really enjoying this book a lot. And not so much enjoying the movie. I mean, there's some good stuff. Basically, this movie is about the main character, Arnie, who is obsessed with Christine. And Christine apparently is obsessed with Arnie. And they become like one. And this, like I said, I can't compare the two a lot because I don't remember a lot. The main part I remember in the book is that there is some kind of an entity in the car, maybe a ghost or a zombie-ish thing that's there all the time when he's driving around. They don't touch on that in the movie at all. Basically, the movie starts out in Detroit in like 1957, and the car, like, the hood smashes a guy's hand, and some dude dies in the car. And I think it's just showing that the car's been evil since conception. Of course, it's red to symbolize the evilness of it. And Arnie's this like really nerdy, wimpy guy who has a best friend that's taken up for him all the time. On the way home from school one day, they see Christine, and Arnie buys her and takes her to a junkyard that has a garage in it, and he starts rebuilding her. And the more he puts into her and rebuilding her, the more obsessed he becomes with her. And pretty soon he's got like better clothes, and a better attitude. He loses his glasses. He becomes more of a like a badass kind of persona, and it's all to do with the car. The car's giving him all this confidence and stuff like that. And then anybody that messes with Arnie, the car messes with. So it's an interesting movie, but it's not a great Stephen King movie. A Stephen King based movie. It's one of my least favorites. It's definitely one of my least favorite John Carpenter movies. I'm going to a convention in March, Horrorhound in Cincinnati, and it is a Christine reunion, and there's going to be I think all three of the main villains from the movie that pick on Arnie and tear up Christine are going to be there. I have no plans on meeting them or getting Christine signed or anything like that, but the car is going to be there, and I'm sure it's a remodel or somebody's collection car or something like that. I'm sure it's not anything to do with what was filmed in the movie. But the big draw is John Carpenter's going to be there, but I am not going to have him sign Christine. And I know this is Stephen King's week, but I'd like to show you what he is going to sign, as long as he shows up. I just received this in the mail yesterday, and it's the UK edition of The Fog. And this is one of my absolute favorite Carpenter movies, mainly because of the score alone in this really, really intrigues me. Plus, I just like the overall feel of this movie. Jamie Lee Curtis, of course, is coming right off of Halloween. John Carpenter is coming right off of Halloween, and he's trying to continue on. He didn't get the success that he had with Halloween, but I think it's a great movie. It's one of my favorites. Unlike Christine, which, all in all, it's a good movie. It's got a good 80s feel to it, but it's not what I would say a great Stephen King movie is. So, definitely check it out. It is Christine. If you haven't seen it, make sure you watch it. Make sure you watch everybody else's videos. I know what everybody's doing, I think, and they've got some good ideas. There's a lot of passion when it comes to Stephen King stuff. I think I was in a John Carpenter mood is the reason I even picked Christine, because I had so many picked out to do that I didn't know what I was going to do. I started off with Silver Bullet, and then I was going to do Riding the Bullet, and then I thought, you know what? I want to do something I haven't seen that I own. So I had a couple mini-series like Bag of Bones and stuff like that. But I had just watched The Fog for a review, and I had just watched The Shining. There's something else I just watched, and I was just in that kind of a mood. So when I watched, after I watched The Fog, I was in that John Carpenter frame of mind, so I thought I would watch this, and all in all, I was disappointed. Out of 10, I'm going to give it a 6. And I'm only giving it a 6 because it's John Carpenter. So, anyway, check everybody else's videos out, and thanks for stopping by Horoscope, and I'll see you next Monday. Later.